Yeah, Chandra. Hello.
Yes, Sandeep.
Yeah, let's start our course. And
Hmm.
our course is Oracle Labs, it's R12.
Hmm.
And let us start our course with a simple question. So,
Okay.
as you have already asked me that the Oracle Fusion is an ERP. Let us start with the same question. So, I will start
Okay.
the question as what is Oracle e-business suite? What is Oracle e-business
E-business.
suite? Right. So, before coming from the fusion, that
Hmm.
means before coming of the fusion, Oracle is
Hmm.
using R12 version.
Okay.
It is using R12 version. So it has
Version.
many names. It has many names. So let us understand what is meant by a suit. Did you have any idea the name suit?
Um,
Uh,
E-business. No, no.
no, don't think about the Oracle business. Just think about suit. What is meant by suit? So we can able to understand the meaning in some hotels. A suite it contains many number of rooms.
Right, right. It
Right,
contains many number of
many
rooms,
number of
blocks, or
rooms. So we simply
a
call
number
it
of.
as a suite. So now we
Okay.
add this Oracle e-business suite. Now we add Oracle e-business suite. So
Hmm.
here Oracle e-business suite we simply consider it as a software package. We simply consider
Okay.
it as a software package which allows the organization to manage many kind of business process, which
Okay.
allows the organization many kind of business process.
Business.
And also one more thing, this Oracle e-business suite has many names. It has Oracle enterprise resource planning. It also
Mhm.
called as Oracle apps. It also called as
Mhm.
Oracle applications, eBiz,
Okay.
and EBS. So why I am saying all these names means while we are searching job, so many of the companies
Hmm.
they simply mention in the job description as are you expertise in EBS, are you
Okay.
expertise in Oracle applications.
Okay.
So all those names are telling that you need to expertise in ERP.
Okay.
So simple, Oracle e-business suite is a software package which
The package
allows the
that
organization to manage
to manage.
e-business process. So did you got any clear about that is, did you understand the meaning of the e-business
Yes,
suite?
I understood the meaning of Oracle e-business suite.
It is simply it is a software package, and that software package will contain many number of modules. It contains many number of modules. Hello?
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Is it audible, right? Is my voice is audible? Hello? Hello? Chandra? Hello?
Hello. Dakar. I can hear you.
Right. Hello?
Yeah, I understood the. Yes, I can hear you, Dakar.
Yeah.
I understood the meaning of Oracle e-business suite.
So very simply, I once again conclude that this simple word Oracle e-business suite is a software package which contains many modules, and we will see in the next slide what are those modules.
Okay.
And before going to the ERP structure, we need to understand in previous before coming of this ERP structure, what's happening in an organization, what are their what how they are maintaining all the information. Let us take one example. Let us take one example of an any kind of a company like a corporate company. So each and every company has a very many types of different departments like sales department, IT department, marketing department, right? So many departments
Right.
are there. If suppose central, as if suppose CEO came to the company and he want to know what's happening in the company, So how he can able to know the status of each department? Chandra, any idea? So before coming
So
of this,
he would track
yes,
with the maybe if I am a developer, if the CEO asks, CEO will contact my team lead or my manager, uh, and he would track based on this. So
exactly. So the CEO wants to each and every department information. He need to track. He need to consult. So that means he need to wait for the results. So there will be a lot of time is happening to get the information, all those things, right?
right, right,
So, but after coming of the ERP, so you can understand this slide. It tells that ERP is the centralized package, and which
mm,
makes access for the employees and for the partners
mm,
and for the customers and for the suppliers.
mm, mm,
But earlier coming of the earlier prior of the ERP, these facility is not available.
mm,
So in the market, why ERP has great demand means it provides all these facilities.
mm,
And if you observe this slide simply tells about many modules inside the EBS. So I told that
mm.
EBS is a package which contains many modules. So these are all the many important modules: human resources,
Okay.
procurement, contract, manufacturing,
Mindset,
planning, servicing,
man, so
order management, fulfillment, marketing,
marketing.
financials. So each and every module has a specific importance and specific functionalities. But
Okay.
in this course, our concentration is on human resources. Our concentration on human
Human
resources.
resources.
That is called as HRMS.
HR. Okay.
So did you understand the previous slide and this slide?
Yes.
So
Yes.
in the previous slide, it tells the facilities providing for the people in the market, and this slide tells that
Right.
what contains inside the EBS.
Right.
What contains inside the EBS? Inside the EBS,
ABS.
EBS means Oracle E-Business Suite. So E-Business Suite
Yes.
will contain all these modules, right?
Mhm. Yes.
And let us see a brief information about our architecture. This is very important. And what is the main use of this architecture means? It's capable to collect the information, and after collecting the information it will do some processing, and after processing it will do some analyzing and presenting, and finally it will store the data. That means our architecture main intention is to perform all these things
Mm.
and to collect the data from the end user. So if I need to store the data, I need to collect from the end user itself. So Oracle's applications provides two types of user interfaces. One
Mm.
is forms and another one is self-service interfaces. It also called as HTML based interfaces.
Mm.
Did you understand this slide, Chandra?
Yes. ERP systems need to be collecting, processing,
Right.
presenting,
Very
analyzing,
simple.
and storing the data.
Yes. A very simple information. The ERP main intention is to collect, to present, to process,
Process.
to analyze, and to store the data.
And yes, there are two
And
ways, two
and
methodologies,
how
two
many
distinct.
ways the end user can give the data means in two ways. One is forms and another one
Two
is
ways.
HTML based.
HTML based.
Let us see forms. Form based interface are generally used by the regular, that means everyday day to day activities performed persons can use the forms.
Mm.
And you will get the one doubt what is meant by form and what is meant by a HTML based service. So those all the things will be clarified in our next class.
Okay.
So for the time being, you simply understand the words. That means what is the forms, what is the functionality of the forms. If you understand this description, in tomorrow's class you will get a clarity about forms and self-service, forms and
Okay.
HTML based service, right?
Okay. Okay.
So very simple. Forms is a kind of an interface, and that interface is accessed by the user, like some account clerks and some of the persons those have daily activities. That means they can enter the data quickly in by using the
Okay.
forms, right? And another one is
Okay.
called HTML based self-service.
Based
So we can simply understand HTML or the web pages. HTML or the web pages,
web pages.
and these web pages are accessed by the employees, and these pages are
Okay.
accessed by the employees to know the leave balances, to know the salary things, and to know the expenses what they have been claimed. All those things can be done through the HTML based self-service,
Hmm.
right? Did you understand, Chandra, the difference between forms
Uh,
and HTML? For regular
it
purpose activities, we can depend on the forms.
forms. Yeah.
For
For
occasional
for
activities, we can depend on the HTML based self-service.
HTML. Okay. Okay.
Right. And let us see the architecture. This is the system overview. In the system overview, you can able to see in the top layer all the applications are sitting in the top layer.
Yeah.
You can observe Oracle Financials, Oracle HR, Supply Chain Management, CRM, Project Management. So there are many number of modules. All those modules will be on the applications, that is application foundation layer, and also
Hmm.
called as a AOL, application object library. It all the applications will be on the top of these things. And if you
Okay.
observe the second layer, that is the, it contains tools. That means each module has to perform some activity. Those activity need to handled by the Oracle forms, Oracle reports, BI publisher, and basic components for Java.
Java.
Right?
Yes.
So let us take an example. If a customer came and he want to see the monthly report, he want to
Hmm.
see the monthly report.
Monthly
So
report.
he simply give the from date and to date, so and so
Okay.
date. He gives some range, and he simply want the report. He simply click the report button. Then what happen?
Okay.
Then what happen in the background? This Oracle reports tool will come into the scene, and it
Okay.
handle that request. It
Okay.
handle that request, and it retrieve the data from the Oracle database server.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It
Okay.
will retrieve the data from the Oracle database server, and it will present to the user. So end user
Okay.
is able to see only the application, and he will give some
Okay.
input. In that input, the background, these tools will do the process depending on the
Okay.
database server.
Okay.
I simply tell about the reports, and there are BI publisher, business intelligence publisher, and there are some Oracle forms, and this is the OAF framework. So each and every tool has specific activity. So for
Okay.
understanding purpose, I concentrate on the Oracle reports. Right? In
Okay.
later classes, we will see what are the Oracle forms and what is the BA publisher. We will see all those things. Right? So this is
Okay.
the simply system overview. Did you have any doubt up to this particular part, Chandra?
Yeah. The difference between Oracle forms and reports is reports we generally pull the data, right, based on the
For the
inputs
for the time
provided by.
being, you simply remember it as those are all the tools.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Those are
Okay.
all the tools. So
Tools.
each and
Okay.
every tool has some specific function.
Okay. Okay.
So I simply give an example for the Oracle reports only. In
Okay.
the same way, there is some functionality for the BI publisher. In the same way, there
Okay.
will be some functionality for the OAF, Oracle Application Framework,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
you will get a clear idea by seeing this particular slide. So
Okay.
it is telling the three-tier architecture: presentation layer, application layer, database layer. So whatever the thing, applications, everything can be visible in the user interface in the presentation layer. and what kind of request he has sent. That request is handled by the application tier. That means it contains forms, reports, administration. All those activities will be in the application layer. That is also called as a business logic layer.
Okay.
And this business logic layer will retrieve the data from the database tier. Right? So we can simply call it as a multi-tier architecture. Right? So I think you are familiar, you know all those things regarding presentation layer, application layer, database layer. Did you have any idea?
Yeah, I have the idea.
Right.
Client tier is they give some data to enter the data. They give some data.
Exactly. That means presentation layer.
Application is
right. Yeah. Yes, presentation layer will allows the user to make some input.
Okay.
The end user will enter some input, and the application layer will helps to in processing the request. And the database layer will store the data, and this application layer will communicate with the database layer, and it will retrieve the data as per the client request which he has mentioned in the client type.
Okay.
And finally he will see the result in the client tier itself.
We will see in the client tier. We will data.
Yeah, end user is able to see at the client tier itself.
Okay.
So he can't able to see
end user.
Yes, end user.
Right. Okay. End user. Okay.
Right. And this is one more detailed overview. This is detailedly it is showing the client tier will be seen in the browser. That means the output part. That means whatever the input he will give in the browser itself. And after giving any kind of request, the complete application tier will contain these information: web server, Oracle application server, so OC4G, and some concurrent processing, form server. So these are the heart of the things. That means application tier is the heart to processing the request. And finally, all the data will be stored in the database tier.
Okay.
This is the simple, detailed overview of the Oracle application R12. Right?
Okay.
So this is a simple session today class. We need to understand what is the architecture, and before knowing the architecture, we need to understand what is meant by a ERP. What is meant by a ERP? So ERP is a software package which contains many modules and helps the organization to manage their business process.
E-business process.
Did you understand, Chandra?
Yes, I understood.
And our e-business suite is accessed by various kind of persons in the market.
Right.
Customers, employees, partners, and suppliers. Right? Okay. And it contains many modules like HR, procurement, all those things. But we concentrate only on human resources.
HR.
Human resources. Right? So our main intention is what are the roles and responsibility done by the HR we can able to see in our e-business suite.
Okay.
Right? And the same, we can simply conclude this e-business architecture as a three-tier architecture which contain presentation layer, business logic layer, or we can also call it as application layer, and database layer. Right? In this, it is also telling that what are the things are handled by the application layer, means all those web server, Oracle application server, and there are some form server, BI publisher, reporting. All these things will be handled in the application layer, and this layer will process the data taken from the database tier, and it will give the output to the client. Right? And tomorrow's class we are going to see these two concepts.
Okay.
In tomorrow's class we are going to see how to create an user, how to create an application user, and how to create a responsibility.
Okay.
Right? So
Right.
You simply understand in today's class what are the things we have discussed,
Right.
and in tomorrow's
ER,
class,
ERP.
we will directly work on the e-business suite. What are the how the interface will look, and what kind of credentials I need to enter, and what kind of things will be there, and I will explain from the top to bottom.
Okay.
So tomorrow's class onwards, we need to attend regularly so that it will be helpful. And one more thing, and we are also planning to make a practice. I need to dump the software in another system, so it will also helpful
Okay.
for you. So in Indian night time for you there will be morning, right? So you can able to
Right.
use that system and you can do some practice.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
that particular facility also will be come within 10 days. So within
Okay.
the 10 days, and these everything, the session will be recorded. So
Okay.
after getting the facility, you can refer the video and you can able to do the practice also.
Okay. Okay.
And one more thing, Chandra, you better recall the session one more time, and before coming to the next session, you can post some questions also. So
Okay.
by listening the class itself, you can't able to understand. After listening the class, you need to do some homework like recalling and seeing the video, and better post some questions. If you post lot of
Okay.
questions, and it will help you more to get good knowledge on this EBS.
Okay.
Is there any queries, Chandra?
As of now, no. So
Right. So no
so
problem.
first,
So no problem.
Doctor, like,
Yeah.
can we make the session? In, I mean, Monday. I mean, morning time in Indian timings. Morning
In Indian morning
or
time.
no, right? When I mean, the other. I mean, the other timings you will be
Yeah,
available
yeah.
at the night.
You please cooperate uh, for 10 days, so that I will plan
Okay.
to come at Indian morning times. So
Okay.
you please
Okay.
cooperate for 10 days so that we can plan for
Okay.
things also,
Okay. Then. Okay.
right?
The
And
only thing
yeah,
I just recall is because maybe sometimes there would be some interview calls or some vendor calls since I'm trying for a current project also, right? So
okay,
so that's the thing also. So definitely, as you said, the my the goal is I will go through the recording sessions before coming to the next class, and also I will practice the things which you are showing in the class.
yeah. Sure, we will provide the practice also. So give some time. Actually, I need to dump all the things in another laptop, and I will
Okay.
keep on that laptop for the night time also, so that you can do the practice
Okay.
on that. And I need to
Okay.
contact with the Kishore to do all the things. And I will remind you when the system is ready. I will remind you. So at that time, you need to recall all the things, and you need to start practice at one at a time. It will be good for you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Chandra.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
will wind up
Okay
for
then.
this day,
Okay then.
right? And tomorrow,
Okay then.
we can join at the same time at 10 o'clock, right? I will send the link so that you can
Okay.
join
Okay.
at that, right?
Okay then.
Okay, Chandra.
Okay
Bye.
then. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. See
yeah.
you tomorrow. Bye.